Once there were two bears, Big Bear and Little Bear. Big Bear is the big bear, and Little Bear is the little bear. They played all day in the bright sunlight. When night came and the sun went down, Big Bear took Little Bear home to the bear cave. Big Bear put Little Bear to bed in the dark part of the cave. "Go to sleep, Little Bear," he said. And Little Bear tried. Big Bear settled in the bear chair and read his bear book by the light of the fire. But Little Bear couldn't get to sleep. "Can't you sleep, Little Bear?" asked Big Bear, putting down his bear book, which was just getting to the interesting part, and padding over to the bed. "I'm scared," said Little Bear. "Why are you scared, Little Bear?" asked Big Bear. "I don't like the dark," said Little Bear. "What dark?" said Big Bear. "The dark all around us," said Little Bear. Big Bear looked, and he saw that the dark part of the cave was very dark. So he went to the lantern cupboard and took out the tiniest lantern that was there. Big Bear lit the tiniest lantern and put it near to Little Bear's bed. "There's a tiny light to stop you being scared, Little Bear," said Big Bear. "Thank you, Big Bear," said Little Bear, cuddling up in the glow. "Now go to sleep, Little Bear," said Big Bear. And he padded back to the bear chair and settled down to read the bear book by the light of the fire. Little Bear tried to go to sleep, but he couldn't. "Can't you sleep, Little Bear?" yawned Big Bear, putting down his bear book, with just 4 pages to go to the interesting bit, and padding over to the bed. "I'm scared," said Little Bear. "Why are you scared, Little Bear?" asked Big Bear. "I don't like the dark," said Little Bear. "What dark?" asked Big Bear. "The dark all around us," said Little Bear. "But I brought you a lantern," said Big Bear. "Only a tiny weeny one," said Little Bear. "And there's lots of dark." Big Bear looked, and he saw that Little Bear was quite right. There was still lots of dark. So Big Bear went to the lantern cupboard and took out a bigger lantern. Big Bear lit the lantern and put it beside the other one. "Now go to sleep, Little Bear," said Big Bear. And he padded back to the bear chair and settled down to read the bear book by the light of the fire. Little Bear tried and tried to go to sleep, but he couldn't. "Can't you sleep, Little Bear?" grunted Big Bear, putting down his bear book with just 3 pages to go and padding over to the bed. "I'm scared," said Little Bear. "Why are you scared, Little Bear?" asked Big Bear. "I don't like the dark," said Little Bear. "What dark?" asked Big Bear. "The dark all around us," said Little Bear. "But I brought you 2 lanterns," said Big Bear. "A tiny one and a bigger one." "Not much bigger," said Little Bear. "And there's still lots of dark." Big Bear thought about it, and then he went to the lantern cupboard and took out the biggest lantern of them all. with 2 handles and a bit of chain. He hooked the lantern up above Little Bear's bed. "I've brought you the biggest lantern of them all," he told Little Bear. "That's to stop you being scared." "Thank you, Big Bear," said Little Bear, curling up in the glow and watching the shadows dance. "Now go to sleep, Little Bear," said Big Bear, and he padded back to the bear chair and settled down to read the bear book by the light of the fire. Little Bear tried and tried and tried to go to sleep, but he couldn't. "Can't you sleep, Little Bear?" groaned Big Bear, putting down his bear book with just 2 pages to go and padding over to the bed. "I'm scared," said Little Bear. "Why are you scared, Little Bear?" asked Big Bear. I don't like the dark," said Little Bear. "What dark?" asked Big Bear. "The dark all around us," said Little Bear. "But I brought you the biggest lantern of them all, and there isn't any dark left," said Big Bear. "Yes, there is," said Little Bear. "There is out there." And he pointed out of the bear cave at the night. Big Bear saw that Little Bear was right. Big Bear was very puzzled. All the lanterns in the world couldn't light up the dark outside. Big Bear thought about it for a long time. And then he said, "Come on, Little Bear." "Where are we going?" asked Little Bear. "Out," said Big Bear. "Out into the darkness?" said Little Bear. "Yes," said Big Bear. "But I'm scared of the dark," said Little Bear. "No need to be," said Big Bear, and he took Little Bear by the paw and led him out from the cave into the night. And it was dark. "Oh, I'm scared," said Little Bear, cuddling up to Big Bear. Big Bear lifted Little Bear and cuddled him and said, "Look at the dark, Little Bear." And Little Bear looked. "I've brought you the moon, Little Bear," said Big Bear. "The bright yellow moon and all the twinkly stars." But Little Bear didn't say anything, for he had gone to sleep, warm and safe in Big Bear's arms. Big Bear carried Little Bear back into the bear cave, fast asleep. And he settled down with Little Bear on one arm and the bear book on the other, cozy in the bear chair by the fire. And Big Bear read the bear book right to the end.
This is the story of 3 Billy Goat Gruff. Once upon a time, there were 3 Billy Goat brothers who lived on a grassy hillside near a river. There was Little Billy Goat Gruff, Middle Billy Goat Gruff, and Great Big Billy Goat Gruff, the largest of all. The Billy Goat brothers lived happily on their hillside, spending their days munching grass and drinking cool water from the river. But then, one terrible day, they looked around to see that they had eaten all the grass on the hillside.
Oh no! What will we eat now?
Cried little Billy Goat Gruff.
Don't worry, little brother.
Said middle Billy Goat Gruff.
Look across the river. There's a lush meadow over there, filled with delicious grass.
That's right.
Said big Billy Goat Gruff.
All we have to do is cross the bridge, and we can eat all the grass we want.
But crossing the wooden bridge over the river was dangerous. The Billy Goat Brothers knew that an awful, smelly troll lived underneath the bridge, and his favourite thing to eat in the whole wide world was Billy Goat.
Who will cross the bridge first?
Asked great big Billy Goat. Finally, little Billy Goat Gruff spoke up.
I will cross the bridge first.
He took a deep breath and trotted down the hillside. Clippity-clop, clippity-clop, clippity-clop went his hooves on the wooden bridge.
Who's that clip-clopping on my bridge?
Shouted the troll.
It's I, little Billy Goat Gruff.
Said the youngest Billy Goat, trying to sound brave.
I'm going over the river to eat the grass on the other side.
Oh no, you're not.
Said the horrible troll, and he climbed up onto the bridge. His skin was green, and his nose was long and crooked. He had warts on his skin and sharp yellow teeth in his mouth.
I'm gonna eat you instead.
Little Billy Goat Gruff was very scared of the smelly old troll, but he was also a very smart Billy Goat.
I don't think you want to eat me. You see, I'm the smallest Billy Goat. I won't make a very good meal, but if you wait, my older brother, middle Billy Goat Gruff, will come along. He's much bigger than me.
Alright, you may cross the bridge.
And so, little Billy Goat Gruff clippity-clopped the rest of the way over the bridge and was soon in the lush meadow. On the other side of the river, the two other Billy Goat Brothers saw that their youngest brother was safe.
I'll go next,
said middle Billy Goat Gruff, and off he went across the wooden bridge. Clippity-clop, clippity-clop, clippity-clop.
Who's that clip-clopping on my bridge? Shouted the troll.
It is I, middle Billy Goat Gruff. I'm going over the river to join my brother in the meadow.
The smelly troll climbed up onto the wooden bridge a second time.
Oh no, you're not.
He hissed.
Because I'm gonna eat you instead.
Middle Billy Goat Gruff was scared of the troll, but like his younger brother, he was also a smart goat.
You could eat me, but you would be making a mistake. If you just wait a short while, my older brother, great big Billy Goat Gruff, he's the biggest of all of us and would certainly make the best meal.
Alright, you may cross the bridge.
And so, middle Billy Goat Gruff clip-clopped the rest of the way over the bridge and was soon in the lush meadow with his younger brother. On the hillside, great big Billy Goat Gruff could see that both his brothers had made it safely across the river, and so off he went, down the hill and onto the wooden bridge. Clippity-clop, clippity-clop, clippity-clop.
Who's that clip-clopping on my bridge?
Said the troll.
It is I, great big Billy Goat Gruff. I'm going over the river to join my brothers in the meadow.
The vile troll climbed up onto the wooden bridge a third time.
Oh no, you're not. Because I'm gonna eat you instead.
But unlike his younger brothers, great big Billy Goat Gruff was not afraid of the terrible troll. The large goat stamped his hooves, lowered his great big horns, and charged at the troll. Crash! He rammed the troll right off the bridge. The horrible, ugly, smelly troll fell into the river with a great big splash. And so, great big Billy Goat Gruff clip-clopped the rest of the way over the bridge and was soon in the lush meadow with little Billy Goat Gruff and middle Billy Goat Gruff. The three Billy Goat Brothers spent the rest of their days happily munching green grass and drinking cool water from the river, and the ugly troll was never, ever seen again. The end.
Remember to please like the video and subscribe to our channel so you can stay updated on all our new videos. Bye!
The Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, there were three little pigs named Penelope, Paul, food in the world, cotton candy. The third little pig was a construction worker. He knew all about building strong houses, and he decided to build his house out of bricks. That night, the big bad wolf came creeping up to Penelope Pig's house and knocked on her door. Little pig, let me in," said the wolf. Penelope thought surely the wolf had come to gobble her up.
"Not by the hair on my chinny chin,"
she cried. "Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house in," said the wolf. The house of cards wasn't strong enough. The big bad wolf huffed and puffed and blew the house down. Whoosh! Penelope ran and ran.